add on to that joke.
If I
How I
was
could
lucky
have
enough to sound like God, I don't know what to do.
Morgan Freeman. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to There Will Be Trivia. This is Total
Henry,
Recall 2,
I
and
am
this is
your
actually
father.
round 2 as God is talking to us. But until we introduce God, or the what is the term in Loki?
You're a
The last
dick,
person. I don't
Henry.
remember the word. But
He who remains. He who
yeah,
remains.
they who remain. We'll leave it at that for now. So until then,
Spoiler alert
Sean.
if you haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
gee, well, it's just a name. Relax, God.
I mean, you're the
Uh,
wizard behind the curtain, basically. So
Yeah, and the only thing wizardous about this person
Yeah.
is that they wear a cape by themselves and have no friends. But until then, Sean, what are your thoughts co-hosting this Wild Stallions Civil
My
War?
average Tuesday.
this
Jesus.
this is not the first time I've seen these two play against each other. Last time these two guys played against each other, it was one of the best singles matches I've ever seen. I expect no different here, especially with the way this new format is. I feel that this could potentially go sudden death.
That's
I hope you
I'm
have. I
hoping.
hope you have questions prepared for that.
Well, it's the tug of war style, which we haven't had to do in a long time. But they're literally spoiler alert. I can just make them up on the top of my head, and it's that easy. But
Yeah,
based on how the format is.
in this particular match, it literally comes down to whoever misses first will potentially lose the match. That is how close these two are. It's the first to miss might very well
It's the
end the
difference
whole.
between 100% and 98%. That's all it could be. You know what I mean?
Or it's a difference of John Travolta popping up and not popping up.
Oof. We won't go into that right now because I don't want to see you cry. But
Pops
if you
up a
haven't
little
seen
too
Battlefield
much.
Earth, or even more importantly, if you have, comment below your rating. But until we get to that, let's go ahead and see what the Wild Stallions have to say. Brian, let's go ahead and talk to you first. What are your thoughts?
Well, see, already you put the pressure on us. We're both going to probably score like 40% in this match. But, last time I faced Joseph, I've said it before. I honestly feel it was a fluke. I think that, uh, you know, 6 out of 10 times at least, he's probably going to beat me. But it just comes down to the right questions. And in this league, different format. Who knows what'll happen? But there's no pressure here. I'm treating it, and I think he probably is too. This is basically training for us. We're just getting some practice in before the upcoming match. Have some.
There we go. Joseph, what are your thoughts?
Same as Brian, you guys are putting a lot of pressure on us. Wait for this match to be underwhelming. But like you said, it's also good practice for us to do these questions, get us prepared for future matches. We have a big title defense coming up very soon. Hopefully that goes well for us. People are hyping that and could be in one of the biggest matches, singles matches that I've been in. And if you've seen some singles matches that I've been in earlier this year, where some people say are they're really great, I also lose them sometimes. So Brian shouldn't discount himself. So we'll see what happens.
All right. So with that said, we finally have introduced God, or whatever he would like to call himself. So it's the first time we're ever doing three judges, or not judges.
I'll go with God.
I'm in movie battleground debate mode right now, just hosts. But fun fact behind the scenes, I wanted to test my program to get another person on here because I do Ecan Live. I don't do StreamYard, and you can only do a max of 4 guests, and I didn't know if it was 4 guests in the green room or just total on screen. So we were checking out. Medee's here. He has nothing to do. He's hosting with us. So with that being said, round 1 is the locked in round. We're moving it up to round 1. So if you want to write it down for 2 points off the rip, write it down. And if you want to hear multiple choice, if the other person use your integrity hands up, you all know. Wild Stallions aren't going to mess with each other, so we're not really worried about that. So with that said, Sean, I will let you take 1 and 2. Medee, you can take 3 and 4, and I'll take 5 and 6, because that's the easiest way for us to do a little 3-man weave, because other than that, we'd step on each other's toes, and since I just watched some dancing movies, I don't want to see that. So, Sean, take away the first 2 questions.
All right, question number 1: Who plays the brother Edward VIII in The King's Speech?
And this actually gives me a chance to do a little behind the scenes, little producing. This is the graphics I was talking about.
Yeah, I still have not seen this movie.
The one thing I will say about this movie is it is not what you expect it to be. It is not boring, and it is, it's pretty good. Brian, did you
I
do
think he gets a
multiple choice?
bad
I
rap
can't tell.
because of.
I'm going multiple choice. I can't.
And Joseph, it looked like you locked in.
Locking in.
All right, Joseph is
All right,
locking
so
in.
your multiple choice options, Brian, for the question. Once again, it's who plays the brother Edward VIII in The King's Speech? A. Benedict Cumberbatch. B. Eddie Redmayne. C. Jude Law. Or D. Guy Pearce.
And boom, they're on screen. Now that I've had a little time to think about it, I'm like, let me have the question read first,
You even
and put it
spelled
on screen, and then
Cumberbatch's name right.
I actually used the internet to fact check. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, let's go ahead and go with Joseph
Not often that Henry does that.
Guy Pearce.
and Brian.
D. Guy Pearce.
Both are correct. Joseph, because he guessed it instead of multiple choice, has to take a 1 point lead. Going to question number 2. What type of job does Minnie Driver have in Grosse Point Blank? And I really, really want to say something right now, but I'm going to hold off until we see the answers.
That
But,
is probably a smart idea.
This is a great film. I love this movie.
I need multiple choice.
All right, so
Locked.
Joseph's going multiple choice. Brian, you are locked in?
Yes.
Okay. So, Joseph, your multiple choice options for what type of job does Minnie Driver have in Grosse Point Blank? A. A secretary. B. Radio DJ. C. Hitman. Or D. Teacher.
Not gonna lie, some pretty fire multiple choice options spread out.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, you don't know where to go. If you have seen the movie and you forgot,
Yeah.
Since
about it.
Yeah, and since Joseph's locked in, Brian, are we going to still remain co-host? Because if you get this answer wrong, you are kicked off the Weekend Crusaders. What is the answer?
Yeah, but DJ/radio host.
And Joseph,
Radio DJ.
that is both correct, and they are all tied up going into question 3.
Madi, take it away with your bad internet connection as your screen looks a little jumbled. We'll see if,
Look at
if it
that.
holds up. Doesn't
All
look like
right,
it's gonna.
gentlemen.
Oh, he's good.
Is it mine? Shit. All right. Well.
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen. Question number 3. Who directed 1984's Body Double? Oh fuck yeah! It is slow.
There you go. I just wanted to double check I didn't accidentally click the wrong one. Because it's so tedious on my behind the scenes where I have it in my program. I just title them all round R1 Q1 no MC, R1 Q1 MC, and then so on and so on all the way for the rest of the questions. Are we both locked in, gentlemen?
Yes.
Go ahead, Madi. Call whoever you want.
Looks like it. All right. So, Brian, what do you got?
Hope I'm not wrong. Brian De Palma.
And Joseph.
I won't do the joke. Brian De Palma.
I have to do the joke.
It is Brian De Palma. Give them both 2 points.
I want to know the joke now.
All right.
Yeah, I don't know the joke.
Question number 4.
We'll talk later.
I guess we'll talk later.
Question number 4. What nickname does Dan Aykroyd go by in the movie Sneakers?
I need multiple choice.
Lock.
All right, so Joseph's going multiple choice, and Brian is locked. So the options are A, Mother, B, Beta, C, Captain, or D, Data. Henry, which of these is
What the hell
your
is this movie?
nickname?
Have you not seen this movie, Sean?
No.
My nickname is
Oh,
in fact
I love this
Sneakers.
movie.
Sean, if you ever for some reason
Your nickname
unretire
is
and you
Sneakers?
need a team name, Sneakers would be a pretty good one. It's just let's leave
I-
it at that.
Maybe just for the title. I'm going to have to look this up because I don't recognize the title.
Yeah, it's the best shoe movie of all time. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian for 2 points,
I love this movie. He was my mother.
and Joseph for 1 point.
Mother.
Mother.
Mother is good.
Arguably the best Darren Aronofsky movie. All right, it's my turn to finally answer some questions.
That is false beyond recognition.
False beyond recognition. That's just FBR, so I don't know if that works. Your question, question 5, with the score 7-6. The Hitchcock biopic was released in what year? I did one of those where I was kind of reading the question as if I was expecting more words, and it just didn't go. So
Yeah.
I could have
No,
did the
Henry,
whole.
Didn't you write these?
Shut up. All right, I've had a rough week. I have a few Heinekens, and that's why I have a couple co-hosts over here to help balance this.
I'm not
trade.
sure. I'm going multiple choice.
Joseph, are you locked in?
Yes.
All right,
Of course
so
he
Joseph's
is.
locked in. Brian for multiple choice. Is it A, 2010, B, 2011, C, 2012, or D, 2013? As I now have the graphics on screen because I'm a great producer. See what happens when I actually ask the questions? I forget.
I mean,
At the end of
we
the day,
expect
they're on screen. It's all
something
good.
to happen, so it's fine.
Brian, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Joseph for 2 points.
I believe it's 2012.
And Brian for 1 point, potentially.
Son of a bitch. Nope, I said 13.
Well, Justin, that's exactly how it's going to go. Joseph takes a lead, 8-7, going into the final question in round 1. Finish the quote from Glengarry Glen Ross. Coffee is for blank, one word.
and while they're writing this down, The Wrestler is the best Darren Aronofsky film.
I said that more for the memes. I obviously know The Wrestler is his best
I
movie.
know. I can't let that stand. I can't let that stand because some people don't know you're joking, Henry.
If I ever gain enough fan base and I won't get punished for doing a top 100 series, you'll notice that The Wrestler is high up for me. Are we both
Yes.
locked in,
Yes.
Brian?
They're locked in.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to Joseph.
Quote Jeffrey Lebowski, this aggression will not stand, man. Closers.
That's my number 1, or we'll talk about that if I ever get to talk about my top 100. And Brian.
Closers.
Oh man, I really wanted to say the multiple choice. It was for Brian's, for Joseph's, but I guess I can't pander. And after round 1, it is Joseph 10 to Brian's 9. And here's a little bit different because Brian did not watch the trial match. Round 2 is I asked them. It's not a strength. I don't want to consider it strengths because it's no prep and there's no studying. But it's just, what do you want to bring to the table? Or if you ever go to a party, do you want to bring a +1? So it is your +1. And Joseph, remind everybody what you chose as your +1 for this match.
I believe it
remind
was
himself.
war movies.
It was in fact war. And Brian, who is your +1 for this match?
I took the entirety of the 1980s.
And luckily for both you gentlemen, I wrote 90 or 80s war questions. No, I'm just kidding. I mixed it up a little bit. But to double up on this, it is whiteboard just like round 1, but there's no multiple choice, and the whiteboard answer can be worth 2 points, and that's also where the +1 comes into play. So there's only 6 questions. Once again, let's let Madi ask the first 2. 1 from 80s and 1 from war.
All right. So, your first 80s question. What government agency does Carl Weathers work for in Predator?
I think I'll be better with the graphics on this one just because I don't have to do 2. It's just 1 because there's no multiple choice.
Yeah.
And we don't have to worry about locked in because it's there's no multiple choice. So regular 5 countdown whenever you're ready, Madi. You're in control.
You guys are ready. Fuck it. Brian, you son of a bitch. What is your answer?
CIA?
And Joseph, you son of a bitch. What's your answer?
CIA.
CIA is correct. I would do the whole high five thing, but it's virtual and COVID still a thing, so fuck. All right, gentlemen. War question. Look at these guys holding their own hands.
Someone's got it.
From what president is a letter that's being read out loud written by in Saving Private Ryan when coming up with the plan to save Ryan?
I'm going to need that again.
I'll read
Yeah.
it just because I don't want to risk Madi cutting out. I'll just do it real quick just to make sure. From what president is a letter that's being read out loud, written by in Saving Private Ryan when coming up with the plan to save Ryan, and as you see it on screen there. Medee, I'll still let you do the countdown because it's technically your question.
Oh, thank you. You're so gracious.
Our one viewer, comment below if you like the three-person weave with the hosts. It was kind of a whimsical thing if you missed the beginning.
5,
And, whatever.
4, 3, 2, and 1. Joseph, we'll go with you first.
I believe it's Abraham Lincoln.
And Brian, who do you got?
I had no idea. I said Wilson.
It is Abraham.
I don't even know if Wilson's a president, but Lincoln is the correct answer.
Woodrow.
Wilson! I'll go ahead and read these two, and I'll save the best for last, which by default that's Sean. Question 3, in 80s. Where does Danny say that Tony hides in The Shining? Hey, if you know how good Joseph is, the fact that I'm making him make whatever this is right now, I'm happy. Because it's a good question. I wouldn't say it's hard, but it's a good question. And he's legit praying to whoever he prays to right now, and I love it.
It's called he's going back into his computer database to look like Google search his brain for the
Should we in fact start calling Joseph Mother? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Brian, can you get some points back after a couple misses?
I don't remember. Is it his mouth?
And Joseph.
I said his imagination.
It is his mouth. We're going to cut that
Okay.
lead. Technically the back of his mouth, but in mouth it's one of those things.
I actually had written that first, so I wasn't sure.
Tony definitely hides where that dangly thing is in the back of his throat, or however that song goes. Question number 4. What deceptive act did William Holden do before being taken as a prisoner of war in Bridge on the River Kwai?
This is on my watch list, so I've not seen this. So spoiler alert to me.
Yes and no. It's not a major thing, but it also is. So yes, just pretend you didn't hear it. And based on the doc,
Yeah, it's not
I
the
won't
biggest
say
spoiler.
I don't want to give any hints to competitors, but both hosts you see on the doc that there's I'll just leave it at that. You see what's written. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Joseph, me and you've talked about this, but do you know the answer?
I believe he impersonates a senior officer.
And Brian.
I'm going to say posed as an officer.
Both of you is correct. Specifically a commander, but as I was just hinting to my hosts, we would accept just officer because it's not technically important. It's just more bragging rights. So I don't know if you all remember, but the best is now saved. Sean, hit him with the last two.
All right. In 80s, who plays Gordy's late brother Denny in Stand By Me?
I just want to shout out the fact that we have one viewer, and Medee is a current host right now, so I don't know who it would be. So shout out to you.
I don't even know.
In the
I
comments.
didn't know that anyone else watched this channel.
You're not. Trust me.
It's Tony.
Oh, in the back of my mouth.
Yes. It says, I think they're both ready. We're going to go ahead and go with Joseph.
Been meaning to rewatch this movie, but I really liked it the one time I saw it. John Cusack.
And Brian.
John Cusack.
Both are correct.
I should change my channel to Stand By Me, because if you watch anything I do, you're technically standing by me, and I appreciate that.
And going to the final question of round 2 in War. What kind of animal does Taylor Kitsch's character ask the price of, which he plans to get for his wife in Lone Survivor?
Arguably the hardest question, but I just couldn't resist when I was writing this.
No, I would say the hardest question was probably number 2, the Saving Private Ryan one. Because I was reading that one, I was like, I'm not going to be able to read this without messing this up.
Okay, the hardest for the host is the Saving Private Ryan one. The hardest for the competitors is this one. Trust me, I rewrote this like 8 times because I was like, I don't know.
All right, we are going to go to Brian.
No idea. They probably had goats there. I don't know.
Goats were in fact in the
And
movie.
Joseph.
I also said goat.
It is an Arabian horse.
Yeah, Arabian horse, but horse would have been
Arabian
accepted. But I do love
Yeah.
the fact that 2 goats of the fan leagues wrote goats. Is that a little bit of meta right there?
That's a little
let
on the
you
nose
decide.
there, yeah.
It's on there, yeah.
All right, so with that
Go on,
said,
Mo.
going into round 3, Joseph is up 18-17, which technically the score, the new format adjusts the score, but this is a high-scored match. It's kind of what we talked about at the beginning. It's just a matter of missing 1 or 2 questions. But with that said, I'll give the details of round 3 real quick. Round 3 is you're going to get a 2, a 3, and a 4-pointer. It used to be a 1, then I realized that it was a little too easy, so we adjusted it. So what it is you're going to get the year and the genres, and then you're going to get the co-leads. So if you've ever looked on IMDb, you see that there's a 4 top build. Take away the number 1, and you're going to get the other 3, and that is worth 2 points. The 3-pointer is you're going to get the year and the genres, and then you get to choose between 2 of the 3 of top build, director, and 1 keyword. And then the 4-pointer, and that's for 3 points. And then the 4-pointer is the same. It's year, genres, and 3 keywords, because you pretty much have nothing to do with the movie in terms of you pretty much had to seen it. So that's why it's the hardest. So with that said, Joseph, you are currently in the lead. Do you want to be delivered from FedEx or UPS?
Now be careful, because Henry does work for one of these companies.
And I work for the other one.
Brian. Yeah, so does Brian. So.
And Brian works for the other one. So one of them you'll get, the other one you won't.
I was going to say I have a blue marker right now, so FedEx.
It's purple, but I'll take it. All right, so Joseph, you're going to be FedEx, and Brian, you're going to be UPS. So I'm gonna read the first one just to kind of get the vibes, and then we'll see where we're going from there. So Brian, your 2-pointer from UPS, no pun intended. Your year is 2014. Your genres are action, drama, and war. And your co-leads, Michael Pena, Logan Lerman, and Shia LaBeouf.
Fury.
We have a new lead. And your opponent might be Furious 7. Sean, I'll let you go ahead and give Joseph his 2-pointer from FedEx.
All right, so your first question worth 2 points is 2003, adventure, drama, history, and war. And your co-leads are James D'Arcy, Billy Boyd, and Paul Bettany.
Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World.
Yo, that was mad disrespectful.
Wow, you top billed that. We were just going to say Master and Commander. You just like, hey, I'm going to give you all of this. So, but we have a new leader.
What a flex from Joseph. And Madi, because I like you, I'll let you go after me as I give the vibes for the first 3-pointer. You like how I mix that up there? You weren't expecting that. Brian, your 3-pointer from UPS. 2015, biography, comedy, and sport. Would you like the top build, the director, or the keyword? Pick 2.
Give me top build and keyword.
Okay, just a reminder. It's on screen, but, just for the gimmick. 2015, biography, comedy, and sport. Your top build, Taron Egerton, and your keyword, Winter Olympics.
Eddie the Eagle.
That is correct.
What a great movie.
Shout out if you even remember that movie. It is, in fact, good, but never talked
That was
about.
that was another Weekend Crusaders film that we talked about. So,
Did I pander, or is it a coincidence? We'll talk later. Joseph, your 3-pointer read from Madi. Remember how that just went down.
Yep. All right. So, Joseph, your year is 2001. Your genres, comedy, drama, and mystery. Would you like the top build, the director, or the keyword?
Top build and director, please.
All right. So, I'll repeat the options again. So, 2001, comedy, drama, and mystery. Top build, Maggie Smith, and the director, Robert Altman.
Gosford Park.
Give the man his points. He's correct. Jesus. You guys said this was going to be like a back and forth game. I was expecting nothing less than this.
Actually, I only gave Brian 2 points on the last one, so it's 22-23. I'm glad I caught that, because that would have been bad. correct, or is it 2021?
No, he's one point
No,
behind me.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
should be
one-
one. Okay,
it's 1 point,
that's what I thought. But then Brian just scared me with his look. So, Brian, we're gonna jump to you for your 4-pointer. And once again, I'll do this, and I'll let Sean do the final 4-pointer because we know Brian's gonna hit this because, as we talked about earlier, 2 goats. Brian.
Way to jinx me thing. Yeah.
I mean, this whole match was a jinx. Do we not? Do we not talk about this? And so far, you've lived up to the hype as 2 competitors. Brian
All right.
from UPS.
Yep.
Your year is 1995. Your
Okay.
genres: crime, drama, and mystery. And your plot keywords: political scandal, World War II vet, and jazz club.
'95.
Now we're talking. Gentlemen, are you nervous? Or is he egging
I'm
us on?
nervous. Shit, I'm not even competing.
Sean's like, I'm lost for words. 5.
I'm just letting Brian think.
I appreciate that because I'm not good at that. I always have to decide: do we talk? Do we not talk? Do you talk first? Do I talk first? 5, 4.
I use a time extension. You don't have to repeat.
See, look at that. See, Brian may not
Brian's
have watched the
finally
trial
getting
match,
it.
but he knows the gimmick. We do try.
He knows
I'm
the
still
gimmicks.
waiting for in Full Metal or Warzone or whatever in another league where someone says time extension without even thinking about it, because then I know I made my mark. 5, 4, 3, and I'll give you a couple if you need one because you haven't used any up until this point.
Give me one more, sure.
All right. And I'm just gonna do a full repeat just because I forgot to put it on screen anyway. So your UPS 3-pointer. Oh, that's your UPS 4-pointer.
4-pointer.
Hey, relax, Joseph. I messed up. I'm used to doing the 3-pointer. It's been a couple times. 1995. Crime, drama, and mystery. Keywords: political scandal, World War II vet, and jazz club. Joseph's like, good thing I picked FedEx. 5, 4.
I got
3.
nothing. You know what? Braveheart came out in '95. Let's go with that.
You know what? I remember in the
Different
bonus
war.
features about the jazz club in Braveheart. It was a great scene.
And World War II vets
so
in there?
good.
Yeah.
The Braveheart musical. They have a side
William
quest,
Wallace
the jazz
singing
club.
jazz. Different kind of freedom that he was singing about, but
Moving on to round 2, Joseph Olivas. The answer was Denzel Washington in Devil in the Blue Dress.
I literally
We already
got
are
that from the
round two.
library 2 days ago and haven't watched it yet. God damn it.
oh fuck.
What'd you say, Joseph?
This is round 2.
Yeah, so moving on. to round
Moving
three.
on to round 3. Sorry, it's been it was a long round 1. Joseph nitpicks about the weirdest shit. He's like, it is
I
round.
just want to make sure you're not making him play an extra round, that's all.
Hey, it would be
Just
a
like,
blessing.
damn it, Joseph
to
won.
see
We gotta
more
make him
Joseph.
play again.
All right, so Joseph, we'll talk to you real quick. No, I'll talk to Brian real quick. So finish what you were just saying there. You just rented it and you just haven't seen it yet.
I literally was getting some stuff that I need to watch for our other match from the library. And I got Devil Blue Dress. I'm like, I've never seen this movie. I want to check this out. And so it's sitting upstairs on the shelf. And if we had this match a week later, I would have got it. But oh well. It happens.
Well, that would have been funny, and also it's tragic. Joseph, did this match live up to the hype of what we kind of built it up to be, or are you guys dog shit? What's your thoughts?
I think it's a good hyped up movie. I mean, movie trivia game.
There's gotta be a middle ground there, Henry. Goddamn.
No way, not
should've-
with Joseph with his nitpicking. This is round 2.
Let the man talk.
I should have mentioned that I have blue right now, and blue is between green and purple and the rainbow. So I should have gone with FedEx for that reason instead of confusing that blue is on the FedEx logo.
You could have also said, "Oh, I have a blue marker," and you didn't get Devil in the Blue Dress, so it kind of just works out that way. Behind the scenes, we'll tell you what your 3-pointer would have, or your 4-pointer would have been if you would have, in a low-key universe, won this match. But Sean and Madi, we'll go
Plot
to
twist.
Sean. Huh?
Plot twist: you were gonna make it 3 points so that I can go to sudden death against Brian, no matter what.
Probably. Have you ever read the comments on one of my videos? I'll make it work. Sean, what were your thoughts on this 3-person weave for hosting, and what were your thoughts on this match itself?
Surprisingly, it worked well. It looked like it was potentially going to be a dumpster fire, but it somehow worked. But yeah, when you have two of the top competitors in the fan leagues right now, or minor leagues, whatever the hell you want to call movie trivia that's not Schmodown, these are two of the best. So you know that it's going to come down potentially to the last question. Brian just had a rough round 2. And it was just one of those things where even at that point, had he gotten Devil in a Blue Dress, it would have came down to the final question, which I fully expected it to go down to. These guys are a team. I feel like if it had been like a teams match, they both probably would have gone perfect in this. So I mean that's the way it is. On any given day, Brian could have won, Joseph could have won. These guys are so good together as a team that we could do a whole other match, 30 minutes from now, and it could just completely switch the other way. That's the way these two play.
I'll write
it. For the record, the non-Schmodown leagues are called the challenging movie trivia leagues.
Are you trying to get me canceled again?
No, I set Brian up for that because I knew he wouldn't accept that, and I was waiting for it, and he did not disappoint me. Didn't disappoint.
Brian, how are you gonna feel when I send another match to Christian where you lose? Is it just gonna piss you off just more and more?
Christian sees what he doesn't see. He already hates me, and feelings mutual. So anyway,
it is what it is. Madi,
he hates it better than most of his Schmodown competitors.
Damn it, I don't have the clip right now, but boom, roasted. Madi, what were your thoughts on this 3-person weave, and what were your thoughts on this match, knowing damn well that you would have scored 1 point in this match?
I would have scored 3.
Ooh.
And
Brag
then that's
about it.
Yeah. Oh, you know me, man. I gotta hype myself up when I can. But this match was something else, man. Like I don't think there was a single lead that was more than 1 point. So I mean, these guys
at 1 point
fucking killed it.
Yeah, it was.
Well, yeah, like it was 1 point or tied the entire way. So like, really, you can't ask for a better kind of match than this. Like this is a hell of a showing by both these guys. And yeah, you filmed this in 3 days. Maybe Brian wins it, but fuck it, it's over now. So who cares?
That's what I'm talking
about.
My
headphones are falling off somehow. I don't even know how that works.
I know, with your big ass head. So with that said, as they talked about earlier, they're going to be prepping for a title match over in Full Metal. You guys Warzone. Brian's the
there's like
singles
30
champ
leagues at this point. I can't even tell.
Well, they're just champs in all of them. You know what I mean? There's only some where it matters, but they're just champs.
Every time I'm like, oh, do you want to do trivia? I'm like, do I have to face Brian or Joseph? Nah, I'd rather not.
Yeah, Aaron J's never coming back because he had to get his ass kicked by Joseph in round 1, and I got my ass kicked by Brian in round 1. So no matter what, if I would have beat Brian somehow, I played Joseph. So I would have been. So if you ever think I'm rigging things, hard pass, because I set it up to play Brian and Joseph back to back in theory. So with that said, if you made it this far in the video, you probably liked it. You might as well drop a like. And honestly, if you drop a dislike, it's still an engagement on the video, and we just know that's how people in the community roll. They just like to dislike things because they're petty. So with that being said, I'm Henry Confidential. I really appreciate Madi and Sean taking their time out to come out of retirement to do this match with me as a co-host. You guys really set the bar high for hosting matches, and I really love that. And Brian and Brian and Joseph. I'm just used to there's only like 4 people in the community I talk to, and all of you guys are here. So there's only a few names that I say in my mind. So with that said, Brian and Joseph, also known as Wyld Stallyns, you guys did a really good job, and I'm really happy for you. This was a match that lived up to the hype, and I can't wait to watch your title match in Warzone, apparently, because that's the one it is. And Brian, I can't wait to see you in singles. And Joseph, I can't wait for you to defend or battle him in singles in Full Metal and make him sweat. So with that said, Henry Confidential made this far in the video. Like, and if you're not subscribed to the channel for some reason, go ahead and subscribe. And Against the Screen podcast is already back. The next episode is actually going to be with Sean and Madi. When he gets not dog shit at Letterboxd, he's going to be on there. And Joseph, if he ever replies to my messages, he will be on the Against the Screen podcast and live debates and all that stuff. If you're subscribed to the channel, you'll see all the shows we're doing. Henry Confidential, Madi, Sean, Brian, Joseph, we're out.